60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck are about to go broke. The GDP numbers came in yesterday, and of course the economy receded, which I predicted 2 months ago, and people laughed. Mark my words, the second quarter is going to be far worse. Tariffs on Chinese products at 145% are about to kick in, which means everything you buy from China on Amazon or elsewhere is about to go through the roof. Grocery store shelves are starting to empty at Walmarts across the country. And of course, grocery prices continue to soar. People who've been financing groceries on credit are starting to default on those payments. We are about to see an economic catastrophe. If you're in this 60% that has little or no money, please stop spending money. Protect your family. Trump does not care about you. Even if you voted for him, he's a billionaire. He won't suffer, but you and your family will. Please protect yourself. 60%.
I voted for Donald J. Trump in the 2024 presidential election, and I am starting to regret my vote. When I voted for Donald Trump, I was under the impression that we would be getting rid of the undesirable illegal aliens. Now I have no one to work on my farm. What am I supposed to do? Pay them a living wage? This isn't handout city. I'm not giving these people no handouts. And how am I even supposed to do that anyway? I thought the plan was to tax the poors. Okay? I thought we were going to tax the poors. I make $25,000 a year. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them poors. But why did my taxes raise? I thought us good folks were supposed to be getting tax cuts. That was what I thought. Plus, I'm white. Why did my taxes raise, and why do I have no one to work my farm? I do not understand this, and I know that this was not what Donald Trump meant to happen. I know that he doesn't want us good Trump supporter folks suffering, but we are. Donald Trump, please reverse this. I'm a white person. I am not supposed to be suffering. It was supposed to be.
So has anybody else seen the video from that MAGA lady's family? I favorited it and it's gone now. And I wish I had fucking saved it. I didn't have the room on my phone. Lone Ranter, I need you right now. Where's Chasing Oz? Okay, so let me share this for you. You want to talk about an FAFO moment? Mwah! Apparently, from the videos that I saw, or the video, it was just one. The family of a white MAGA woman is telling everybody that she was picked up in an ICE raid because she tans a lot. Think about the color of, the orange idiot in office. She's being held. She won't be released. They're not accepting her papers. They're saying that they're forged. Please send her to Gitmo. Oh my God, please. Please, I won't ask for anything else. Just send her to Gitmo. Please.
So the FAFO train is stopping in Lexington, Nebraska. The Tyson Beef Factory in Lexington, Nebraska just announced that they are closing their doors. This is going to affect 3,200 workers in Dawson County. Dawson County voted 72% for bone spurs. I wonder if bathrooms and making Riley Gaines feel less mediocre was actually worth it. It is no secret that Nebraska has been feeling it ever since this spring. The tariffs really hit them hard, and the rolling back of all of the programs that Joe Biden put into place really hit Nebraska to the point where they were already yelling bankruptcy in May. And Bone Spurs kind of knows that his tariffs are the reasons why the prices of groceries and everything else has gone up, because on November 13th, he signed an executive order to undo his executive order. And he's seeking praise for fixing something that he broke. He signed an executive order to remove tariffs from things like beef, coffee, bananas, and tomatoes, as well as some other things. And this is undoubtedly so that he can say that his policies are bringing prices down when people finally start seeing relief for the items that he canceled his tariffs on. But the thing is, he created the problem. He created those price hikes. So signing this order to bring the prices down for items that he deliberately brought the prices up for isn't a win. But he's going to claim it's a win, and his people are going to believe him. But here's the problem when it comes to our beef farmers. The tariffs on beef were kind of keeping them in the game, especially since Bone Spurs went behind their back and made a beef deal with Argentina. Because the tariffs are on imports, meaning everything that we get from other countries is tariffed, That means that the stuff that is made here in the United States was cheaper than the stuff that we got from other countries, which gave the cattle ranchers and beef manufacturers a little bit of a leg up when it came to selling their beef against the competitive market of other foreign countries selling their beef here in the United States. Now that Bone Spurs has taken the tariffs off of beef, and he has screwed the cattle ranchers when it comes to the Argentina deal, as well as leaving tariffs on things that those companies need in order to do their day-to-day work, increasing their overhead costs while also decreasing how much they make and how much they can sell. Taking the tariffs off of beef at that point for imports makes those imports cheaper than the American beef. And thus, people will probably start buying more of the imported beef than the American beef. I really think he has something against cattle ranchers. And the cattle ranchers overwhelmingly voted for Bone Spurs. Were the bathrooms worth it? That's just all I want to know. Leave it down in the comments if you're a cattle rancher and you voted for Bone Spurs. Were the bathrooms really worth it? Was it that important to you to make sure that people of color and marginalized communities don't get a fair shake at work? Was telling it like it is worth your livelihood? This is a lesson for you. Racism and bigotry is expensive. Listen, while you guys are pinching pennies over the holidays to prepare for your factory closing, the rest of us are also going to be closing our wallets. November 25th through December 2nd, we aren't spending anything. And being that you should probably go ahead and save that money, you should probably join us and not spend anything as well. Most of us are going to be cutting back for the rest of the year. And like I said, since you'll be pinching those pennies now because you'll soon be out of a job, you should probably get on that bandwagon too. I hate to say I told you so, but 92%.
I did the fine print looking. It is not fucking gonna help us month to month. It's not gonna help you check none. They're still gonna tax the fuck out of your goddamn check.
Buddy, you voted for the man who lied over 33,000 times while in his first term, has conned people his whole entire life, and you yourself expected not to get lied to and conned? Well, I guess this is what it looks like when a Trump supporter decides to wake up, take the boot out of his mouth, and realize, yo, we were right. Donald Trump's only interest is giving tax breaks to his billionaire best friends while screwing over the middle class. We told you that. You said, ain't no way that a billionaire and his best friend, the richest man in the world.
Hey, bro, I know they cutting out the food stamps and stuff, but I just feel like the black community is gonna be straight regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, one, y'all finna really realize that a lot of black people are not on food stamps. Like, it's not us. Like, it's still motherfuckers that's in them trailers that be screaming MAGA and go Trump. Like, it's them motherfuckers in these rural areas, don't got shit, never had shit, house be raggedy, clothes be dirty, ain't been to the dentist in years, got 2 teeth, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really gonna be them, the people that actually voted for this man that's gonna be affected. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like in the Bible. Like we just talked about in church on Sunday, Exodus, you know what I'm saying? Like when the Pharaoh kept doing stuff to the, you know what I'm saying, to the city, the Israelites kept getting stronger, you know what I'm saying? Like he could not break them. He could not break them, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you cannot break us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can throw whatever y'all want to throw at black people, bro. That shit is not gonna break us, gang. Like, this ain't our first rodeo. This is not our first rodeo. So, yeah, y'all finna really fuck around and find out. Like, y'all be trying to stereotype black people and black people rely on government assistance, black people do this, No. It's not black people who get the most government assistance. Like, it's them folks, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, y'all finna fuck around and find out. Y'all done voted y'all way into your own demise because you didn't want to see a black woman in office. And that's all it is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's literally all it was. But, yeah, y'all finna fuck around and find out.
I know some people love these MAGA fuck around, find out stories, but this one really pisses me off because this mother in Missouri, a state where 1 in 5 people are on Medicaid, she has a 9-year-old who's disabled, who needs Medicaid. And I want her to have it. I want that mother and that child to have all the support that they need. That's what I voted for, right? I did my part. Us Kamala voters, we did our part. And she's out here telling reporters when they're asking her about the big, beautiful bill that's going to affect her and going to hurt her and going to hurt her family, she says she's not one for politics. She's not interested in politics. Lady, the Republicans who lead your state have made your daughter's existence political. You don't get to say that you're not interested in politics. They forced your hand. You know what I mean? And so she's writing to her Senator Josh Hawley, telling him about how the Trump tax bill is going to affect her. And he's out there making public statements about how this could hurt Missourians. Doesn't matter. A few days later, he votes for the bill anyway. This is why you don't get to say that you're not interested in politics. Politics affects all of our lives. If you're this 3-time Trump voter just admitted Democrats are right on immigration because her friend Lee, a hardworking, tax-paying, kind immigrant on the path to citizenship with no criminal record, has been detained and mistreated by ICE. Her indignance here is proof that Republicans don't learn about the issues until it affects them personally. We told you that this was going to happen. We told you that hardworking, tax-paying members of your community would inevitably be swept up in mass deportations. This was an open book test. She talks about how her friend doesn't have a place to sleep. He wasn't able to shower. He wasn't able to contact anyone. Lady, you voted for them to do this. You're just upset because he was your friend. But she still says in this post, I will never be a Democrat. Lady, they're the ones that want your friend to be able to go to work, to contribute to his community, to have a path to citizenship. The other side wants him to sleep on concrete and be deported. And you're still having trouble picking a side. You voted for your friend to be jailed and deported. You voted for your friend to lose everything. Multiple people have died at this detention center in Miami. If she didn't know this man in this Move On petition and she saw it come across her Facebook feed, she would be like, serves him right. She would not care one iota that he was being deported. She does not care that people that are trying to do this the legal way, that work hard, that contribute, are being swept up in this. She does not care. She's only fighting for her friend.
Nah, Magga, come back to the front. Come back to the front. Y'all was all loud and bold and proud of everything. No. This is exactly what you voted for. Don't sit up here talking about something you were lied to. No, baby, you believe the lie you told yourself. You were trying to rationalize the thoughts of an irrational person, and now you sitting up here acting like you're in confusion. Nah, baby, this is exactly what you voted for. Now that Mimo and Papa don't have the Medicare coverage they need to take care of dialysis, now you talking about something that's not what you voted for. Now that he took away research funding for cancer treatment and the HIV vaccine, oh, now this ain't what you voted for. Now that you and your kids can't eat no more because he took away SNAP benefits because you're disabled and can't get Medicaid for you and your kids no more. Now that ain't what you voted for. Oh, no, baby, you voted for it all. You voted for it all. But because you thought it was going to affect people who look like me and other marginalized communities, you was more than willing to vote for him because you thought it was not going to affect you. I'll say it once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it 3,000 times. Unless you are a millionaire, billionaire, or a dictator, you are a minority as well to that man. And now the rest of us got to find out because you decided to F around. I hope that helps.
I was definitely, all for Make America Great Again and having a strong, unified country and a bright future for my 5 American children. But now I feel a little differently. I'm a legal resident green card holder. I have been since 1981.
Chris Landry has lived in New Hampshire since he was 3 years old. He has a partner, 5 children, and a job in manufacturing. He was stopped at the border in Holton, Maine on Sunday while returning from a family vacation to Canada.
They pulled me aside and started questioning me about my past convictions in New Hampshire.
3 hours later, the 46-year-old was told he couldn't come home despite having a green card and being a legal U.S. resident. He spoke to us from New Brunswick, Canada.
They denied me re-entry and said, don't come back or we will detain you. And the only way for me to get back in was to see an immigration judge.
In 2004 and 2007, Landry faced charges of marijuana possession and driving with a suspended license, but says he's had no criminal record since. He was given a suspended sentence and paid his fines.
So I never thought that would threaten my status as a resident of the United States.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection telling us in a statement, possessing a green card is a privilege, not a right, and under our nation's laws, our government has the authority to revoke a green card if our laws are broken and abused. Lawful permanent residents presenting at a U.S. port of entry with previous criminal convictions may be subject to mandatory detention and/or may be asked to provide additional documentation to be set up for an immigration hearing.
Just very uncertain for me right now. I might end up spending the rest of my life in Canada, and who knows if I'll ever even have the right to re-enter the United States at this point.
And with all the devastation that this big, beautiful Project 2025 bill is going to cause now that it's passed, we can't expect the people who we have been waiting for this find out moment because they've been fucking around to actually happen. This isn't to say that they won't suffer because, yeah, they're gonna, like, suffering's gonna knock on their door and say, hey, I'm here to live with you for the foreseeable future. And they will suffer just like all of us, but here's the thing, it's going to turn them into martyrs because they will murder themselves. They are going to see this suffering and this find out phase as, well, we did what we had to do. We hate people so much and we fear them so much that we will sacrifice ourselves and we will suffer on behalf of the greater good. It's worth it to just suffer on behalf of our white supremacist, eugenics-based 2025, Project 2025 strategy. Let's do it. Let's do it. And they will. This is going to be a pipeline to Project 2025 MAGA martyring. You heard it here first, folks. Let's be so for real. People are willing to sacrifice themselves and endure pain and suffering just to continue inflicting it on the people they hate and fear. It's fucked up, but it's how we got here, and we can't pretend like we don't know what's going on. That's it. People are literally willing to martyr themselves because of their hate. Trump's MAGA base is comprised of willfully ignorant, devoted martyrs whose cause is cruelty.
So my MAGA mom, who watches Fox News nonstop, had her find out moment on Valentine's Day. She doesn't get out much. She has a lot of health problems, but she got herself together and they were going to go out to dinner at their favorite Mexican restaurant in town. However, when they got there, apparently it's been shut down for good. Shut down. So I said to her, because I know they were all Hispanic and I know they all came from Mexico because the owner was extremely wealthy and he would go back from time to time to Mexico. It was a restaurant we'd gone out to, I'm gonna go 30 years, you know, love it, excellent food. And I said, you think it had anything to do with the fact that they were Hispanic and from Mexico?
Child, I have been telling y'all about this for a minute, and I keep saying that what is going on that hill is not logical. But there are still many who do not believe. But there is one lady who I came across who can explain it. Listen up.
Did you know that the word MAGA translates to many different things in other languages? For example, in Japanese, it means wickedness, evil, calamity, and disaster. It is a slang word in Nigeria meaning sucker, fraud victim, or easily fooled idiot. It means lies in Zulu. This word means dragon in Sudanese. It also translates to witch in Latin. MAGA is the name of the highest rank in the Church of Satan. It means swelling or inflamed in Filipino. MAGA can be translated to many different things in many different languages. I think it's kind of telling, don't you?
I have been saying this, that what is going on is not logical, but it is indeed spiritual. All you have to do is look at all of the chaos, how fast and furious is happening. All right. Many of us have gotten so far away from God. Oh, we know about him. You understand? But we really, really don't believe in him. And we really, really don't believe that there is an enemy of mankind. We don't believe that. But all you have to do is look at everything that's going on. Number one, Satan is the author of confusion. We need to know that. You need to know that. And everything that is going on is confusing. Everything that they're trying to break people so bad, all right, that you become oppressed, which is going to go into depression, and everything is shut down, and you will have no choice but to follow them. I keep telling you this, but do not follow them. They're putting all this money into so-called AI, $500 billion. This is what this administration has decided that they were going to do. You understand? But I need to warn you about that, because Elania has also, he has a company of whereas they are indeed putting chips in people's hands and their foreheads. Look it up for yourself. Now, when I was 25 years old, I heard about that chip in the hand or the forehead, and I was always told that it was the enemy's mark. It was his mark, and do not get it. Okay? Be aware. Open your eyes. If people going around here talking about hashtag woke, but you're not woke about the right thing. You're not woke about the right thing. What is going on is demonic. It is demonic, and you need to know that. Know it. And then handle yourself accordingly. This is a come to Jesus moment, baby. Get it together now. This is why everything's happening. Yes, God allowed this to happen because the people said, guess what? This is what we want. So he gave you what you want. Huh? Now you see all the destruction of your decision. Oh no. This is horrible. This is evil. He even put himself in the Pope's attire. I'm sending out all kind of warnings now, and it's not so much about this nation as it is about humanity, as it is about spirituality, and whether you believe in it or not. I can almost guarantee you, when and if something happens to you, the first name you gonna call is God's. You understand? Because you want him to pull you up out of trouble. And wouldn't it be a sad thing if he says, I know you not? Baby, the enemy don't love nobody. Oh no, he loves nobody. And for the ones that's following him, he's telling you all kinds.
Hi guys, welcome back once again to my channel. I really hope you are doing fine whenever you are, and all credits goes to the original creator of the video. Well guys, in today's clip you have all seen how white folks or white MAGA farmers, they are so much furious to black folks because they are really begging them to go and to work in the farm, but black folks, they have really refused. And the reason why I can say that black folks have refused to go and work in these white farmers farms or in this white MAGA farmers farms is that most of them, the black folks, are saying that these people, first of all, they voted out of racism. These people, second of all, they voted to punish black people and the immigrant. And another thing, they really voted out of hatred. And this is the reason why they are really finding out of how racism is so expensive. And another thing is that these white folks, we all know how the new current economic state of America is. A lot of things that have really changed to an extent whereby the cost of living, it has really risen up. If these people are going to these grocery stores, the price of these commodities has been really risen up due to a lot of things, because the cost of living, it has really risen up in America. And we have all seen how these white MAGA farmers, they have really affected a lot, especially Trump tariffs that really triggered them to a point whereby they can't even afford to buy anything, or they can't even afford their basic needs, to an extent whereby they are going bankrupt. They are really losing their farms. They are crying out for help of how there's not anyone to go and help them in their farms. But these are the same people who really voted to punish black people. Trump really convinced them to vote to deport the immigrants, not putting in mind that the immigrants were the same people who were really helping them a lot. They were the same people who were really helping them to go and pick the food crop in their farms. But right now, they really went ahead. They were so much convinced by President Donald Trump, and they really went ahead and they voted to deport the immigrant. Right now, there's not anyone to go and pick crops in their farms because Trump really convinced them and told them if they vote for deportation of immigrant, maybe we'll go and convince black folks or black people to go and work in their farms. But right now, black people have really refused. They are saying that they have their special jobs, they have degrees, they have their own job. There's no way they can go and work in the white farms, because whenever this government really came out, most of the funds from the government really help a lot the white folks. They have never considered the black farmers, especially whenever those government loan really came out. The first farmers to be put at first position were the white farmers, not considering even black folks. And right now we have all seen how these people are really losing their farms. They are going bankrupt. There's no anyone to go and pick crops in their farm. The crops are just rotting in their farms. And we all know that a lot of people really came out and said that the immigrants were the same people who are really taking their jobs from America, to a point where they read the government really decided to deport all the illegal immigrants in America, not putting in mind that these people were really helping the economy of America to grow. Because a lot of people really thought that if they deport all these immigrants, maybe there will be a lot of employment in America. And right now, these farmers, they're really calling out for these white folks to go and work in the farms, but the white folks, they have refused. These white farmers, they are saying that whenever they call any white folk to go and work in their farms, they're really complaining a lot, and they're really getting tired very easily, and they're really asking for a lot of payment, and whereby these farmers maybe can't afford. They just prefer the immigrant. And we all know that there was a time whereby these white farmers were begging President Donald Trump, and they were really convincing them to return back the immigrant, simply because the immigrant were really doing a great job, simply because the immigrant were doing this job or were doing this farm labor with all the passion. We just know a lot of people really just thought that farm labor, it doesn't need any skill, and that's why they were wrong, because this farm labor really needs some skills, because you can't just go and maybe harvest crop without any skill. So guys, we really hope things could be greater, or America could be greater once again, because this is a country whereby a lot of people really admire to visit. This is a country, or this is the #1 country whereby a lot of people, they really admire to go there because of how black folks, they have really made it or paved way for other people to go and visit. We really hope things will be better. And if it was for the first time, guys, you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for your time. May God bless you whenever you are. One love.